Are video games art? For me, they are. And as such, I'm an artist.
Hello everyone! I'm Kathleen Carter, an ESL teacher. Today we're doing something a little different. Isn't that exciting? Usually on this website, we focus on the structure of written text that Cégep ESL students might be asked to produce. But today, we're looking at how to introduce yourself in a video. Many universities, colleges, and employers now require applicants to submit a video resume, also called an introduction video or an application video. Since this type of video is very similar to the written personal statement or the letter of intent, I'll be reviewing Emmanuel's video while comparing it to written formats. In the document below, you will be able to find an example of a personal statement. Take a look and see at how presenting yourself in video or in writing shares many similarities. Let's get started.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel, and today I will be telling you all about myself. Yes, Editor Emmanuel here. You'll learn the first thing right now, and that is that I'm a little forgetful. That is to say, I forgot to give you context about me. So here it is, fast. I love dogs, especially mine, Totun. She's the cutest. I also love nature, and I'm planning to go hike all around Quebec this year. My favorite games are Minecraft and Path of Exile 2. Out of time. Today, I will be telling you all about myself. I'll be talking about my education, my current and past work experiences, and what I hope for myself in the future.
I absolutely love this. Emmanuel started with a strong hook, provided some background, and included a clear preview statement. In presentations, a preview statement acts like a roadmap for your viewer, letting them know what to expect. Having a strong preview statement also helps organize your speech, making it easier to follow. Well done, Emmanuel!
Right now, I'm in my second year of Cégep, and I plan on going next year in university in an undergraduate program in game design at l'UQAT. Now, like every other Cégep student, before going to Cégep, I went to high school. And even though I didn't think high school really guided me to go to video games, I think I would have liked to go there anyway, it did kind of end me.
It's okay. This happens to everyone. Emmanuel, you're doing great. So I believe that one alternative to what you might be trying to say is that I hinted at something or this gave me a hint. For everyone watching, don't worry about making mistakes. What's important is to keep going and making sure that your ideas are clear.
First off, there was a class called Multimedia, which I took in my last year of secondary, and it was really fun. It taught me a lot about communication, about filmmaking, and so much other stuff. Now, I'm in Cégep, and I'm in a program called Multimedia. It's a really interesting program that has a lot to offer. In Multimedia, I had classes about programming, about web design, about graphic design, about audio, and so much other stuff. But even with all of these, it didn't convince me. Listen, I love all of them. I love making stuff like this, but it only cemented one fact for me, and that is that I like video games and making them so much more. Now, for my work experience. So, one could say that I don't really have any work experience directly related to video games, which is kind of normal since it's really hard to get an entry-level job, but that's life. Now, I'm also working in the Government of Canada as a student in a FSWEP program and in a multimedia domain. And it's really enriching. I'm learning so much through the seniors and through the tips that they give me about all the programs that I use. And I think that there's one thing that is even more important that I learned at this job, and that is teamwork. Working in a real team, in a real job at a real company is something that I never did before.
Wow, there's so much to unpack here. Emmanuel takes the time to introduce each topic, explain it clearly, and provide examples. He also makes sure to conclude each point before moving on to the next. Yes, he makes a few mistakes, but that's normal. English is his second language, and I can still fully understand what he's trying to share and the way he's trying to share it. Communication isn't about perfection, it's about connection.
For my other related experience with video games, I've started doing video games in Unity when I was in about grade 1 in high school, which for me is about 6 years ago. And it instantly clicked with me since I could finally do what I wanted to do with all the liberty. And well, ever since I've done a few things, but there's specific stuff that I'm really proud of. And one that I like doing the most and I'm the most proud of is the game jams that I've done. If you don't know, a game jam is a little competition in which you have a very limited time frames, often 1-2 days, sometimes a week, really rarely a month, but oftentimes it's really limited. And that's what's so great about them, because in these limited time frame, you have to publish a game from start to finish, which is, for anybody that's done it, really hard. And it's really rewarding though, because oftentimes as a indie game dev or as a aspiring game dev, you don't finish your game because you have so much that you always want to add and it doesn't work, and then you get distracted and you want to do something else, and it's tough to finish a game. So these help you do that. Another thing that I'm really proud of is the work that I'm doing right now on my main game called Node RPG. This is a game that I'm planning to release on Steam this year, and I'm really, really excited because it's the commitment that I've had for about a few months, and that I'm gonna have for a few other months, and it's something big that's coming out, and it's taken a great part of my year to do this, and I'm really excited to have something finally out, a real product in a real marketplace for game.
Emmanuel is very mindful of his audience, and that's why I'm engaged in watching his video. He takes the time to explain what a game jam is, something that not everybody might be familiar with. Even though I'm not a gamer, I fully understand his project, and I'm now interested in how he's developing it and marketing it.
Now, what I'm most excited for in the future. So, I think projecting myself in a few years, so let's say 5 years, I'm hoping that I'll first have finished my undergraduate program in game design, and then that I'll probably be hired at a kind of bigger game company. I think that it's really hard to get hired at little ones because you need a lot of experience and you need to make your space worth it in a small team, and it's harder if you don't have the required experience. So I'm seeing myself work in a bigger company, maybe Ubisoft, maybe Epic Game, something like that. But if there's one thing for sure, it's that in 10, 20 years, I'd really like to work in a indie game studio, or at least a game studio in which their values resonate with me. And I think it's kind of becoming rarer and rarer, but I'm sure there's one out there because Montreal is a big city filled with a lot of game studios. So, thank you for listening. I hope that now you kind of understand me a little better and who I am. I'm somebody who's passionate with video game, and be it my past work experience, my related other experience, my education, what I hope for the future, or even like what video games mean to me, I think that I have what it takes to be a great video game designer. Thank you.
Just like in written text, Emmanuel provides a satisfying conclusion. He reminds us of his video's purpose and summarizes his main points effectively. Oh, and one last thing. I love that he recorded his video while using a very simple background. Now, you don't need to use a studio, but notice how his black curtains keeps the focus on him and only on him. There are no other distractions. And even his choice of clothing reflects his personality. So keep that in mind when you're recording your own video. So, Whether you introduce yourself in video or in writing, the key to a strong introduction is a compelling story, clear structure, and a memorable takeaway. Choose the format that best fits your needs, or use both to maximize your impact.